First, the must be naturally done is a first-class thing. Hadam Jeri, the NAACP leader, has characterized the alteration of the Federal Civil Service Bill on the coaling period as a significant conspiracy. In Singhdarbad, Jeri, a former law minister and current assembly member, informed reporters today that the parliamentary committee report was not the same as the one passed by the House of Representatives. The coaling period was a subject of debate for months with regards to the Personal Employees Bill. Everyone is aware of this. The committee has decided that the period should be kept for 2 years, and we have moved forward with the decision based on that agreement, according to his statement. What is surprising now is that the same cooling period passed by Parliament, which was not applicable to the Chief Secretary and Co-Secretary, was a serious conspiracy. He remarked that the act of ridiculing the dignity of the sovereign Parliament and the committee responsible for it is a work of defilement. Jeri declared that the dignity of the Parliament should be violated through savage action, regardless of who has committed it. Until an investigation is conducted, the State Law Committee will not be present until the next meeting, according to him. The first woman to be fatally shot by a gunman in the Indian Ocean, Dr. Chikha Koirala, the leader of Nepali Congress Central member Binod Chauhary, expressed his anger at the attack on Asal Road in Kathmandu and its roads. Koirala raised the issue of eligibility/qualification of a central member of Chauhary at yesterday's meeting, which was also addressed by her. Chairman Sherb Hadyor was asked by Koirala to answer the question, stating that Norby Chauhary, an active Congress member, had been the nominee for central member for 10 years. Chowdhury accused Koirala of assisting Harish Tripathi against him by suggesting that she had offered her support to Jodha Singh's son. Is it possible for the leader to surrender the party tomorrow while carrying a man sitting next to the post of the Chief Minister of Lumbini Province who is trying to beat me? Lumbini's Congress General Minister, Vikram Karnal, is situated near Koirala. The President Sherb Hadyor and the Chief Minister Gagan Thapa expressed optimism about the new economic ideas, but criticized the other side's comments.
After the Ahmedabad crash, another plane crashed 38 hours later. Another Air India plane has been identified as a potential threat 38 hours after the crash of Air Indian AI-171 in Ahmedabad, India last month. The loss of Air India's Boeing 777 flight from Delhi to Vienna at an altitude of approximately 900 feet in the early stages of its flight is being attributed to a ground proximity warning GPWS on Wednesday. The Times of India reported that the pilots have secured the aircraft and safely completed the flight to Vienna. What was it? On June 14, the AI-187 Boeing 777 arrived from Delhi with heavy hail and muddy conditions, having been flown in by a plane from New Delhi at 2:56 a.m. According to an official who spoke to the Times of India, the plane was notified by the Shaker and the GPWS about the incident. The plane was also observed to have a stall alert. The altitude decreased by approximately 900 feet. Safety technology for shake control configurations. The Stake Shaker system uses a loud sound system in the cockpit to warn the pilot that the aircraft is at risk. After taking off from Europe, the plane was technically grounded for 9 hours and 8 minutes before it left for Toronto with a new crew, despite the fact that an initial report from the Delhi Viennese section initially stated that the Shaker was activated by the air after the flight. It was later found that other warnings, such as stall and dental sink, were also recorded. The AI-170, one of Air India, flew from Ahmedabad to the Indian border, causing the death of 241 passengers and crew in the crash on 12 June. Investors will gain more perks from the new regulations on Hackpread shares, which are expected to increase profits for investors. The issuance and distribution of shares will be subject to new policy provisions, and the board will also review the issue of securities. The current withdrawal of the shares has resulted in non-selling companies selling to the general public at a price increase via bulls. The new policy will not prevent the sale of the shares, but rather the increased shareholding will require the existing shareholders to share the increase. The company is now authorized to sell on sales during the issuance of shares at a higher price under current regulations if the remaining shares are not sold within the designated period. The auction must be increased by the relevant entity within 7 days of the distribution. The company has been able to sell the shares and earn more revenue as the market price remains constant. According to a senior official, the new system will only offer shares to the rightful owners and not the general public. Under the new system, shareholders of the company will have the option to request more shares than they currently possess. In case a company has an open application for 50% of the shares, but the shareholder is only applying for half of his own share count, what happens? Some shareholders do not apply for the rightful shares due to a lack of information, and some, not all shareholders, have the ability to sell the entire application, which is later sold on the bulk bull to the general public after the application has been approved. Under the new system, the holder can apply for more than 50% of the shares they own, even if half of them are already held. The official stated that the law in question was modified in the interim, but has since been incorporated into the regulations and put into practice. Small and medium enterprises (SMEs) are being targeted in a similar manner, but no SME company has been listed on the market yet. Under the Securities and Exchange Regulations of small and medium-sized organizations, SMOs, individuals can now apply for shares in excess of the specified percentage of their holding shares, as defined by the newly created Securities and Exchange Regulations. Upon the buyer receiving the shares, any remaining securities will be allocated in a proportional manner so as not to give preference to the eligible shareholder. In the event that the shares are still obtainable, the actions of selling them on the public balance sheet will occur, but the remaining shares will not be available after the distribution. Shareholders will profit from the new agreement. If a company withdrew 50% of the paid-up capital, the price would be fixed at 500 before the book close, and the price after the books have closed is adjusted to 366.67. The equation 500 plus 1000.5/10 plus 0.50 equals 326.77. At the rate of 500 before book closing, 1,000 short shares were invested at a total value of 5 lakh. After book closing, the number of shares reaches 1,500 and the investment rate increases to 100 shares, which adds 50,000 to the total. Half of the shares in equity market are only used for the adjusted value, so investor gains 100% profit from index value of higher share distribution. Investment repayment of shares is usually at a nominal value of 100, which is not regarded as profitable when adjusted. However, if the shares are sold at market price, the repayment becomes taxable and all investors receive corresponding returns to their investment with accumulated interest compounded by the total return of the previous investment. The investor receives Rs 26,667 from 100 shares of the company, which is a rate of return of Rs 266.67 excluding taxes on 100 returns.
What is the cost of Samsung's Galaxy Buds Core market device? The true wireless earphone Galaxy Buds Core from Samsung has been launched at a discounted price. The company stated that the buzzwords, which will be available on the market from Tuesday, are intended for daily use. The company has revealed that the price of Rs 7,399 it lists additional premium features like excellent sound, active noise cancellation, and interpreter for Galaxy AI at cost of approximately Rs 9,995. Designed with a dynamic driver and connected to 3 microphone systems, the Galaxy Buds Core earphone system is designed to deliver high-frequency sound. Samsung's official dealers in Nepal will sell the Galaxy Buds Core in black and white, with both colors available for purchase. NC Bina 35 and NC enable earbuds to charge up to 20 hours, according to a company that sells headphones. The company claims that the earbuds Galaxy AI interpreter's key feature is its ability to provide bidirectional real-time translation during face-to-face conversations, making it a crucial component of the technology.